Greetings, class of 2021, to you, your families and friends. I wish we were here together for this monumental occasion, but distance won't dampen this celebration of your accomplishment. You've made it, and you should be proud. Design education is never easy. The all-nighters, the cut fingers and arms and legs and shoes and shirts and God knows what else. The painful reviews, the time you had to spend with Frank Fleury. And if all of that wasn't enough, you've done a year and a half of it remotely, on a computer screen, in a small room somewhere, with your roommate, or perhaps your baby sister, listening to loud, terrible music, and your dog needing to go out, right now. And despite all that, here we are, at commencement, in one piece, and ready to jump out there. I'm impressed. All of us are. And so, speaking on behalf of the faculty and staff of Illinois Institute of Technology's College of Architecture, we salute you and welcome you to Commencement 2021. With this commencement, you join a community that has had a profound influence on our world, whether defining post-war American modernism or inventing the super tall building. IIT graduates have been at design's forefront for more than a century, and now it's your turn. What does that mean? Whatever you want it to mean. For some of you, it will mean a traditional career in a design office, but traditional doesn't have to mean typical or dull. IIT graduate James Ingo Fried, the Fried in Paycobb & Fried, designed, among dozens of other buildings, the National Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. IIT grad Myron Goldsmith designed several buildings right here on our campus, as well as the iconic Kitt Peak Observatory outside Tucson, Arizona. Ever flown out of Chicago on United? Yep, the terminal is by IIT alum Helmut Jahn, who also designed our own John and Jean Rowe Village and many other buildings around the world. But if that kind of traditional career doesn't appeal, perhaps you'll follow in the footsteps of Florence Knoll. Not only was she an outstanding architect, but nearly all of the furniture she designed is still in production and sold widely. And the little company she founded in 1938, not long after graduating from here, to produce it, Knoll, remains among the most important in the world. Or maybe you'll chuck the whole built environment thing altogether and join recent IIT grad Virgil Abloh in the world of fashion. As many of you know, in addition to his own fashion house, Off-White, he is the artistic director of Louis Vuitton Menswear, the first African American and the first person trained as an architect to hold that position. What links all of these people, aside from their connection to IIT? Their relentless commitment to excellence. Their recognition that no matter the scale of the project, a shirt, a chair, a building, design is about improving things. Now, that may sound sentimental, but I mean it literally. Design only matters if it improves upon an existing thing or place. In other words, design is an inherently optimistic act, an affirmation that things evolve up. It's a hopeful message, and resonant now, I believe. We've all spent 14 months away from Crown Hall, away from our friends, away from anything that feels normal or hopeful. Indeed, COVID-19 has changed the horizon for all of us. I wouldn't be addressing you online if it hadn't. There will always be crises, and there will always be architects and landscape architects engaged in remediating them, or even better, working to prevent the next one altogether. After Superstorm Sandy struck New York City, it was architects and landscape architects who led the effort that will create a green buffer around southern Manhattan to make the city more resilient, and also create a fantastic park and nature system for everyone to use. It's a marvelous vision whose roots are here in Chicago's fantastic waterfront, originally envisioned by architects and planners Daniel Burnham and Edward Bennett, and given contemporary form by a host of the world's leading landscape architects and architects. These visions and others are why design is optimistic. It has to be, because by definition, it always looks to the future. You can't design something that's already happened. You should look to the future too. Yes, we've had a shock, a big one, including to the economy. And yes, this may make the job market a bit unstable in the short run, but not in the long run, and I believe not even in the middle run. Why? Economic downturns are destructive, but they also bear the seeds of rebirth and reinvention. Fast Company magazine recently predicted that coronavirus may change our world in several ways. More people working from home, more people getting education online, more people seeking alternative modes of transit. I look at all of this and see opportunity. Every one of these challenges, work, education, transportation, is a problem waiting for a designer to solve it. And you don't even need a job to start. Really? Really? We had a lecture this year from Michael Murphy, co-founder of the Mass Design Group, whose clever name refers not only to the New England location of the office, but that they could create a new model of architecture serving society. Get it? M-A-S-S, Mass. Architecture that was about more than simply making buildings. And they have created that model by creating the world's first and largest nonprofit architectural office. But they didn't just leap full-blown into the market. Indeed, Murphy and his business partner Alan Ricks started the firm while they were still in school, inspired by the work of a Harvard Medical School professor who had new ideas about how to bring healthcare to underserved communities. They weren't licensed, they hadn't built anything, they didn't have an office. They do today, barely 10 years later, with more than 100 people, projects in dozens of countries, the attention of the entire world's media. They've already had more than 4,000 publications about themselves, dozens of national and international honors and accolades, and most important, the gratitude of people who never had a hospital in their town or a school, people who moved to uncontrollable tears by the National Memorial to Peace and Justice, people who work in their office with a sense of purpose, people who, because of Mass Design Group, see the future as a brighter thing. Mass Design Group accomplished all of this because they believed what they were doing. Design, they believed, had the power to improve lives. They were optimists, and they have changed the profession as a result. You can too, right now. Most of you already have as much experience as Michael Murphy and Alan Ricks did then, probably more. You simply need to believe in something the way they did. It's not magic. It's not even all that complicated, as Murphy and Company say on their website. There's another something you're going to have to believe in if you want to be successful, if you want to make a difference, and that something is you. It's the core strength we've been trying to help you build since the day you arrived here. All of us, the faculty, the staff and administration at IIT, believe in you. It's why we come to work every day. We believe you have the strength and the passion to make positive change in architecture, in landscape architecture, and in the world. We're optimistic because we believe you are the future. You are designers. So congratulations to you all. Thanks for sharing your education with us. Now go out and show the world what an IIT education can do. Go make it a better place. Go design something wonderful. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker. With us today is Blair Kamin, the former architecture critic of the Chicago Tribune and Pulitzer Prize winner. Blair, thanks for being with us. Over to you.
Congratulations to the graduates, their families, and their teachers. It's an honor to address you. I'm speaking to you not from a podium, but from a kitchen table. That's intentional. The kitchen table is where you can look other family members in the eye and speak from the heart. It's a place for direct, honest exchanges, unvarnished, sometimes painful, but at best, true. That's fitting. After all, it was the director of your college, Mies van der Rohe, who famously said, "Nothing can express the aim and meaning of our work better than the profound words of St. Augustine. Beauty is the splendor of truth." I doubt all of you share a single truth about architecture. Our times are more pluralistic than those of Mies, who also famously sought to transform the will of his epoch into space. But I am confident about asserting this: you share a single defining experience. You are the only IIT College of Architecture graduates ever to have made it through 3 semesters darkened by the shadow of a deadly pandemic. So you are, by definition, resilient like the steel forged in the mills down the lake, that Mies transformed into an architecture that simultaneously expressed the essence of that material and transcended it. That resilience is something you can and should carry with you forever, because you're going to need it. Architecture and landscape architecture can be wonderful professions, enabling you to uplift people's lives and spirits in tangible and touching ways. But they can also be quite cruel. For every visionary client, there are 10 more who will press you to design just another mediocre building or landscape. The boom and bust cycles of the construction industry almost guarantee that you will be laid off at some point. And then there are those difficult people, the architecture critics, who may take aim at your work, perhaps unfairly. Well, take it from this architecture critic. The critics are often right, but they have no monopoly on wisdom. So don't let them or anybody else get you down. I speak from personal experience. Nearly 40 years ago, I sat at the end of a conference table in the Yale Art and Architecture building and got ready to make a presentation about my graduate thesis to the school's dean. By that time, I had finished the first year of a 2-year program, but I hadn't yet traveled to the city that was the subject of my research. So I had no firm conceptual premise, a lack of direction that made me vulnerable. It didn't help that my presentation graphics were primitive, or that my chief academic advisor didn't show up to protect me. The dean had a reputation as a gentleman, but he was anything but gentle to me. He battered me with question after question. What is your thesis? What is your thesis? It was like Shark Tank, circa 1983. There was no blood on the floor, but there might as well have been. One of my other advisors, a professor from another graduate school at Yale, remarked afterwards that he had never seen a student treated like that. I contemplated dropping out, but I persisted, and somehow I graduated a year later. 9 years on, I became the Tribune's architecture critic. And less than 15 years later, as fate would have it, I was the one reviewing the dean's work. Did I take revenge? Well, truth be told, I thought about it. But no, I didn't take revenge. I did what an architecture critic is supposed to do. I set personalities aside. I judged the architecture, not the architect. Still, it was hard not to be amused by the reversal of roles. Years later, I found out that many of the students at Yale had survived similar experiences. Mindful of our shared trauma, when I sit on juries today, I never treat students the way I was treated. But not everybody is so nice, and life isn't always fair. Going forward, then, the question isn't whether you're going to get knocked down. The question is whether you're going to have the strength, the resolve, and the belief in both yourself and your core intellectual principles to get back up. I suspect you do possess that inner strength, even if the material you choose to represent, steeliness, might not be steel itself. In keeping with today's enlightened environmental priorities, you might choose a more sustainable material like mass timber. But the point is, you're the resilient class. COVID-19 disrupted your charrettes, your lecture series, your chances to collaborate with each other. At a given moment, you must have said to yourself, this isn't the architecture school experience I signed up for, or why can't I just have a normal semester? But you made it here today, and you're going places tomorrow. That is a huge achievement. One more thing. In stressing resilience as a tool for survival, I may have painted too bleak a picture of your professional future. Forgive me if I've done so. Your goal should be to thrive, not just survive. How best to do that? My advice is don't just lean in, lean on the friends you've made here and the professors who've taught you. Forget the myth of the solo genius architect. Architecture and landscape architecture are collaborative practices. So get together with your friends or former teachers sit around a table, bat around ideas, and laugh, drink, and learn from each other. That's very much an IIT thing, you know. It's even documented in a scholarly paper about IIT's Myron Goldsmith and the leading role he played in the development of diagonally braced tube structures like the X-braces that support the former John Hancock Center. The authors of that paper, Mark Naveau and Edmund Salaklis, observed that one of the innovations Myron introduced as a thesis advisor to IIT graduate students in the 1960s was something called the Saturday Sessions. Architects, engineers, and students would meet for weekly reviews at IIT. Then they would enjoy a lengthy and lively lunch at Bertucci's Corner, an Italian restaurant at 300 West 24th Street. A lot of significance happened over those meals of lasagna rustica and rigatoni Abruzzi. Goldsmith encouraged the free exchange of scholarly and practical ideas, the authors write. The Saturday sessions, they argue, formed a vital part of Goldsmith's pedagogy. Goldsmith's manner, so different from the one I experienced at Yale, also must have played a vital role in his teaching methods. According to the esteemed structural engineer Bill Baker, Myron was not dictatorial. He provided a soft and gentle guidance to students. I began with a table, my kitchen table, and I close with a table, Myron's table at Bertucci's. As you go forth, I urge you to do so as both a resilient individual and as a member of a vital, challenging, mutually supportive group. In that way, I hope you will find individual fulfillment and fulfill your ultimate obligation to shape spaces and places that realize the highest aspirations of human life. I send you every wish from my kitchen table. Congratulations.
Thank you, Blair. We will now proceed with the presentation of degrees. For each degree program, the names of our graduates will be shared in alphabetical order. We will begin with our graduate degree recipients, those earning the Doctor of Philosophy in Architecture, Master of Science in Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture, and Master of Architecture degrees. And we'll close with the Bachelor of Architecture degree recipients, including our co-terminal degree students. To present diplomas for the Doctor of Philosophy in Architecture degree, I call upon Professor Michelangelo Sabatino, Professor and Director of the PhD program.
Thank you, Dean Kroloff. In light of what we have learned during this pandemic, we need to use research, whether applied or scholarly, whether quantitative or qualitative, to increase our knowledge of the built environment. Our PhD students are incredibly well prepared to address the future with their ideas and their leadership. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you the recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy in Architecture degree.
Thank you, Professor Sabatino. My name is Vedran Mimica. I am a director of the Master of Science in Architecture program here at IT. The students which are entering the Master of Science in Architecture program are actually not students. They're already architects. They graduated from the schools of architecture all over the world. And they seem to feel like it's not all perfect in our world. They want to change, they want to learn, they want to invent, and they want to propose radical changes. And this is what is our thesis about. How are we going to live in the future? How the global urbanization and climate change will be taken as a serious phenomena which we have to study. So the Master of Science in Architecture is hopefully creating a group of initiators, innovators, and people which are able to change and contribute with our discipline to the critical questions of the society in which we live, and virtually all over the world, all over the planet, where our graduates are acting and are trying to better, radically better, and change urban environments. And on behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you the recipients of the Master of Science in Architectural degree.
Thank you, Professor Mimisa. At last year's commencement, I described that the landscape architect Catherine Gustafson defines the work of landscape architecture as that which the sky can see. If I look up, she says, and I can see the sky, then this work is mine, the work of landscape architects. This year, I urge our graduates to look to the trees and the forests, where the sky is less visible, but where our work also lives. Abel Rodriguez, our 2021 Alfred Caldwell lecturer, told us, "The Creator initially appeared as a tree, but nobody saw them because they were not visible. To make creation visible," he said, "we started teaching, we started drawing, we started narrating our histories, our stories. And it illustrated how to live properly and to give shape to what is known." To this class of warrior landscape architects, whose works and ambitions the faculty of the Landscape Architecture plus Urbanism program so admire, we expect you to use your knowledge generously as teachers, as storytellers, as creators. Become, like Dona Bell, the keepers of knowledge about our landscapes, and use this wisdom to unite people and spirit. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you the recipients of the Master of Landscape Architecture and dual Master of Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture degrees.
Hello everyone, and congratulations to all of the College of Architecture students. It's been an honor to work and grow alongside all of the MLA plus U students and other College of Architecture students we're celebrating today. As you step forward into another chapter in your lives, I do ask that you all take a few moments to think about all the friends that you've made here at IIT, and to consider how you can contribute to the lives of young people by teaching and pursuing other academic pursuits throughout your careers. Remember that you've made many friends here at IIT, and we're always here to help celebrate your successes. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Professor Henderson, and hi to everyone. It was a pleasure to meet a group of people who have so much to offer the world. And I do mean world, since so many of you will live in cities across the globe. Your colleagues that are graduating with you today are, and will remain, the foundation of your global network. Tap into this group as often as you can and stay connected. One thing I'm trying to say is you won't be alone. Your perspective and experiences are woven into an entire world of people. You're part of that world, not just a passive observer. You're a participant in its events. You're a contributor to its story. You're not just a passenger on a rock hurtling through space. You're helping to steer it. Community is the most effective survival tool that we've ever discovered. Don't let it go unused. Reach out. You are the link that connects us all. So I look forward to staying connected with you and learning about all the amazing things you'll soon do. It's my pleasure to introduce the graduate commencement student speaker, Ryan Doyle, who was chosen by his classmates to tell the story of their studies in the college.
Hello, good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, loved ones, colleagues, even that weird group in the back that looks like a tour that got lost, plus everyone watching at home. Just kidding, we're all watching at home because it's a very weird time right now, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But right now I'd like to say, hi, my name is Ryan Doyle. I'd like to thank my class for nominating me to speak on their behalf, the graduates of 2021. Whether you're logging in from Chicago or a time zone 2.5 hours away, I love you all, and it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a difficult time for all of us in schooling, but everyone with our wonderful faculty and staff and all of us students have adjusted quickly and swiftly to this new way of learning. I have to say I'm impressed by all of you and the transition that we accomplished. The best thing about us as innovators is that we are good at taking complex ideas and simplifying them, whether it's a sketch on a cocktail napkin or some hand gestures to convey your ideas. We're able to get the ideas across. In these new virtual times, the meaning of presentation has changed, and so have we. It took a minute, but our resilience came through because we are problem solvers, and that is what we do. We figured it out, and we were able to thrive through these digital studio realms, so my hat's off to all of you for that. It's been an amazing journey coming to IIT. The school is known worldwide as a prominent architectural mecca, and it was actually built on top of the old Mecca. The campus is part of architectural history. It is located in the beautiful city of Chicago. On top of that, all of our professors are practicing architects, which is awesome for the students. They provided immeasurable knowledge and real-world experience that you can't get anywhere else. I have the utmost respect for each and every one of them, so for that, I thank you. To my classmates, it's been a roller coaster from start to finish. I'm sure you'll all be looking forward to normal sleep schedules and normal working hours, but those late nights working in Crown Hall are memories that we'll cherish forever. You may look at it as painstaking time where you had to sit and wait on the glue dry, but who else can say they spent all night with their hands on a model? We have also learned the meaning of too many cooks in the kitchen, like that time when we had over 30 students that tried to build a single site model, and we all figured out how that turned out. What's that? Oh, I'm waiting for the laughter to die down for this next part. With how the world has changed this past year, graduation can be scary, and I get that, but I know that we're all going to be okay. We will figure it out, because not only are we resilient and we're problem solvers, we're IIT graduates. Congratulations to everyone for working day and night to produce amazing artwork. You're all impressive, and you're all going to move on to do incredible things. I know you will. So here's to you for doing something bigger than yourself. Quite literally. Go out there and design a new building. Cheers, 2021 graduates.
Thank you, Ryan. As a token of our appreciation for your speech today, we will be presenting you with a gift from the College of Architecture. Dean Kroloff, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you the recipients of the Master of Architecture degree.
There is a vitality a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. If you block it, it will never exist through any other medium, and it will be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, nor how valuable it is, nor how it compares with other expressions. It is your business to keep it yours, clearly and directly, and to keep the channel open. You do not even have to fully believe in yourself or your work. You have to keep open and aware directly of the urges that motivate you. Keep the channel open. No artist is pleased. There is no satisfaction, whatever, at any time. There is only a queer, divine dissatisfaction, a blessed unrest that keeps us marching and makes us more alive than the others. A letter to Agnes DeMille from Martha Graham, 1943. Congratulations. I will miss you terribly. Good luck, and keep the channel open.
Thank you, Professor Felsen. Commencement is always a special day for me. I'm very happy to see you graduating, but I'm also a little sad to see you leaving. In this spirit, congratulations for all of you, the graduating class of 2021. After 5 years of hard work, you have achieved an important milestone in your life, a professional degree in architecture. We wish you all the best for a meaningful career, and I personally look forward to hearing about your successes. We all try to create a family together, so we hope to see you back in Crown Hall soon for lectures and reviews. It is my pleasure to introduce the undergraduate program's commencement speaker, Eris Krangel, who was chosen by his classmates to tell the story of their studies in the college.
Hello everyone, and congratulations to all of my fellow graduates. I'm incredibly honored to speak on behalf of y'all, so thank you for the opportunity. I find myself wanting to scan a room full of people who I adore and are smiling back at me, so I'm just going to look back and forth into the camera and trust that Tasso has the biggest smile on his face right now. Whether you're watching alone or with the company of friends and or family, here in Chicago, around the country, or in the Korean Army, and know that we are all sharing this moment together. As the original dad of the group, before Alfredo came around, I realized pretty early on what an incredible bunch we had. It was clear to me how diverse we were as a group: artists, thinkers, storytellers, makers, doers, programmers, you name it. We came from different backgrounds and different parts of the world. I still remember roughly where everyone sat during our first semester, and I feel like I've made a connection with most, if not all of you. Some of us will likely not be practicing architecture in 10 years or perhaps a few months from now, but that's precisely why I believe we will be remembered as one of the greatest graduating classes of the College of Architecture at IIT. We are a diverse collection of unique individuals who have faced adversity and accomplished wonderful things over the last 4 years. And I couldn't be happier or more proud to share a stage with another group of people. I'd like to look back at some of these challenges and accomplishments with you, so let's take a trip down memory lane. I see our experiences kind of broken up by 3 chapters. There's first year, second and third, and fourth and fifth year. First year was an initiation. We were experiments in the curriculum. DC hasn't been the same since we left. Drawing cardboard boxes right here in center core. Staying up all night making rocks inside of rocks by cutting sheets of aluminum with shears, or those of us who were lucky enough to get power and the laser cutter. But it was testing our ability to make things that gave us the strength to create the pavilions at the end of that first year. I believe the last studio to do so, and some are still standing here today. The second chapter was the challenge. Second year, we were forced to rethink our workspaces with rigor, flipping tabletops upside down, inhabiting the space underneath, having to rethink the spatial constraints of our environments. But some of us are still using those very workspaces today. Third year, we moved to 3410 and tossed into the madness that was SOFA. Against all odds by some professors and even some of us on our own struggles, we pulled off something incredible. We took first prize and shared an incredible moment together at that exhibit. We also cast strange concrete objects sprinkled all over campus. Probably the last to do that too, given the conditions. Some of those are still with us here today. The third chapter is perseverance. Fourth year, we finally took things to a larger scale, solving complex problems and hitting our stride. Many students also used this time to study abroad and broaden our understanding of the world. But of course, as the spring came upon us, we were struck by the pandemic, and some students are still out there today. Fifth year was the ultimate test, how to carve a meaningful final year of our education in the midst of COVID. Fun fact, this is a secret, we were not planned on being in Upper Crown for our final year, but someone happened to be at the right place at the right time to make sure that we stayed upstairs. And we're still here today. I'd like to read a quote from you now, from a phrase in Pirkei Avot, a Jewish teaching. It's, Aselecha Rav uknelecha chaver. Make for yourself a teacher and acquire for yourself a friend. This phrase is distinguishing between mentors and colleagues and how that pursuit is different but important, and I hope that we keep that moving forward. Make for yourself a teacher. A teacher must be made. During our education, we learn what it means to make something by trial and error, but it's really up to us to make the teacher. Sometimes we rarely get it right on the first try, but we tend to discard the things that we no longer find useful. When you make something you feel proud of, it's incredibly powerful. I would liken that to a breakthrough desk grip moment with your professor, or when each of you are in sync about the project or an idea. Those are the moments we cherish, and those are the ones we keep. That's a special teacher for you, and we accept them. This is different for our peers. It's acquire for yourself a friend. This requires an effort on our part, an agreement between two people to invest in that relationship equally. When one of us succeeds, we succeed together. I know I will, I know you will, and I cannot wait to engage with your practice in life, whatever it might be, because together we are destined for greatness. I believe we're graduating at a precipice of change. Soon things will maybe not be back to normal, but they'll be better for us. When crazy things happen in the world, change comes, and we are the types of people, the thinkers, the doers, the makers, the artists, designers, the people from different backgrounds from all over the world. We are the ones who can really make a change. So I can't wait to see what y'all do, and congratulations.
Thank you, Eretz. As a token of our appreciation for your speech today, we will be presenting you with a gift from the College of Architecture. Dean Kroloff, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Architecture, I have the honor of presenting to you the recipients of the Bachelor of Architecture degree.
everybody, class of 2021. Good to see you all. Congratulations to you all. You're the last folks to have finished your respective years, third year, or your first year if you're a master's student, in these halls. Hold on one second.
Made it. Weathered the storm. It was a hell of a ride. We've gone through something that we could have never imagined we were going to go through. But it's kind of interesting. We've learned some new lessons. Learned in person, learned remotely. You've had to adapt. That's really it's really critical. We appreciate that and we congratulate you on it.
We did some fun stuff. We built some killer models. We drew some killer drawings. We did more fun stuff than that. We trashed the shop. We littered the halls. All of that adds up to a hell of an education. You learned a lot. It doesn't matter where you go from here. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all these lessons that you'll take with you, you'll build on, and you'll grow from.
Ultimately, I just feel really lucky to have been a part of it. You really helped me find my fun, and I hope that I helped you find a little bit of yours. We wish you all the very best of luck from here. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out, say hello. Really look forward to seeing where you go. Congratulations to all of you again.
Hi grads, just want to wish you a big congratulations on your graduation. Not only have you managed to work through one of the most demanding studies with architecture and landscape architecture, you'll be able to say that you did this all through a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic that affected everyone and through social injustices that shook everyone. And that is not a small feat. In fact, I think that only goes to prove that you are all ready to tackle anything that comes up in the future. And I believe that you'll be the ones to seek and create the change that our future needs, socially, environmentally, politically, through design and with the knowledge that you've gained during your time at IIT. So congratulations again. I'm looking forward to hearing about all of your amazing adventures.
Greetings, College of Architecture graduates. On behalf of your dedicated COA staff, it is my honor to offer you our congratulations on your big day. Whether you were a first-year student 5 years ago taking ARC 100 trips, a transfer student stepping into second or third-year studio, or a graduate student pursuing your advanced degree, you did it, and we are so very proud of you. Our final year and a half together is not one any of us could have planned for, but you persevered through it all. And today, your hard work and dedication to your studies is being realized. You are now an IIT College of Architecture alum. We hope you'll keep in touch with us as you design your path forward in the profession. And remember, no matter what path your journey takes you on, you will always, always have a home here in Crown Hall. And so, in my final COA student update to you, I say kudos and congratulations again to each and every one of you until we meet again.
Thank you, Professors Sabatino, Mimica, Henderson, Felsen, and Fleury. Not long ago, President Alan Cram confirmed your degrees, awarding you well-deserved Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science in Architecture, Master of Landscape Architecture, Master of Architecture, and Bachelor of Architecture degrees. In the commencement tradition of signifying the recognition of earning a degree known as turning the tassel, I invite all of our graduates to now move the tassel on your graduation cap from the right side to the left side. To each one of you, congratulations. We know you have many in your lives who have contributed to your success. On behalf of the College of Architecture, we would like to join you in a round of applause for your family and friends who have encouraged and supported you in so many ways over your careers here at IIT. We are now at the end of our ceremony. I want to thank each of you for attending, and I extend our collective congratulations to our graduates. It has been the great honor and privilege of our faculty to teach you and prepare you for adventures ahead. Congratulations.